You know, just when you thought you've seen it all, we've got some fools, as Maleficent would say, spraying Cheez Whiz on Big Thunder Mountain while riding the roller coaster, because that's where we are as a civilization. That's what we do for our 3 seconds of fame. Just take me to Mars. Just get me out of here. And good news, though, the Disney Wish is stateside for the first time. Hundreds of Disney fans woke up at the wee hours of the morning to wave at the inanimate object as it pulled into Port Canaveral for the first time on Monday. That, plus a few other good stories to get to in the next 300 seconds. I'm your host, Brian. Episode 105 of Inside 300 starts right now. Okay, this is short and sweet, so we'll get right to it. It is as ridiculous and dumb as the title says. A guest at Disneyland sprayed Cheez Whiz onto Big Thunder Mountain while riding the roller coaster out in Frontierland. Why? Well, as they used to say in my day, they did it for the Vine. But Vine is dead. And I guess it's for TikTok now. Anyway, here's the clip in its short entirety.
Just got cheese.
You can't be serious.
Get the cheese to it!
You know, it just gets dumber and dumber. Another case of doing something pretty foolish just for, I guess you could say, 3 seconds of fame. The Disney Wish is home. Disney's 5th ship has made its way stateside and is currently sitting in Port Canaveral, just east of Orlando. Many gathered in the wee hours of the morning just a few days ago to catch a glimpse of the glorious new vessel as it pulled up to the United States for the first time. The maiden voyage is set for July 14th, and it will be a 5-night cruise to Nassau and Castaway Cay. The ship will then embark on 3- and 4-night cruises to the same destinations from Port Canaveral. The Wish also houses the Aqua Mouse, which Disney is billing as the very first Disney attraction at sea, which is kind of puzzling to me, because I am interested to see how it is different from the Aqua Duck, which is the slide found on the Fantasy and Dream ships. All the buzz last weekend was about the debut of the new Buzz Lightyear in Disneyland's Tomorrowland. The meetable character has come a long way from the plastic toy that guests were able to meet for the last few decades, as this Buzz is based on the one from the new Lightyear film, which is not a toy. Instead, it's the human character from a movie that lives in both our world and the Toy Story universe. So again, just to clarify, because it gets a little confusing, Buzz Lightyear the toy from the Toy Story movies is a toy based on the Lightyear character from the movie out now, titled Lightyear. So you can meet the toy based on the character, or you can meet the character who inspired the toy. Main difference? One will actually speak to you. Speaking of Lightyear, the film earned $85.6 million at the worldwide box office during its opening weekend, which makes it the biggest opening weekend for an animated film since Frozen 2. The demolition of the old Spirit of Aloha dinner show is sadly progressing as scheduled. We reported a few months back about how the legendary performance venue that has sat on the banks of the Seven Seas Lagoon for 50 years was coming down in favor of a new DVC tower wing, and now these shots of the demolition, captured by BioReconstruct on Twitter, showcase how far things have come. DVC Tower doesn't have an opening date, and knowing how things are built down there, it could take 3 or 4 years. We shall see. And another throwback to a few weeks ago, remember that kid who climbed the Forbidden Temple at Coronado Springs over by the pool? Well, he certainly has made his mark, as Disney has now installed a new rope divider at the base of the temple. You can spot the crisscross rope between the logs right there. Disney, without a doubt, thought the logs would have sufficed from having children run up the temple, but the little boy said, I don't think so. It's not going to stop me. Tiny little signs were also added to the temple that read, no climbing. And finally, it is time for this day in Disney history. We go back a quick 9 years to 2013 when the legendary Johnny Depp is on hand, alongside with the actually very problematic Armie Hammer. We won't talk about that, as they are at California Adventure for the premiere of The Lone Ranger. 3,000 fans show up. There's a 1,000-foot red carpet, and ultimately the movie bombs and makes $246 million against a $400 million budget when you include marketing. It is now remembered as one of the biggest box office busts of all time. That's going to do it for this episode of Inside 300. If you like what you saw, be sure to subscribe. Click that bell icon. Hello, bell. This way you're notified every time we come out with brand new content. I've been your host, Brian Perry. I'll see you during the next episode, which is Saturday, episode 106. Until then,
Bye-bye.